9:33. Welcome back. It's a great day. It is Tuesday, 12th day of May, and Stivers Ford Lincoln downright proud to salute great organizations in town. And we're here to salute another one that's very special to us because we've been following this group since they built the joint many years ago. With us is Dr. Jared Tagliatella. He is from the organization, and we're trying to figure out how many different name changes there are. So I'm not going to even attempt to say what it is.
I think since I've lived in Des Moines, there's been 3 changes.
It started as the Great Ape Trust years ago, but what is it? And then we had the Iowa Primate Learning Sanctuary. I had this one here, and we had this
now it is the Ape Cognition and Conservation Initiative. But I should say, it's a completely new organization. So the other 2 were actually name changes, but we are actually a completely new organization.
Okay. Yeah. But we are doing something involving the creatures that are housed at the facility.
Yes.
Completely new organization, but kind of the same.
Well, there's some similar themes to the mission. We like to say, the shirt I have on the back, it says science, conservation, civic engagement. So that's what we're trying to accomplish. We're trying to educate people of Iowa about bonobos, which are a very rare endangered great ape, closely related to humans. We're trying to educate students of all ages, basically university level down to elementary, preschool kids, about the importance of conserving not only the bonobos' natural environment, but your backyard, and also just getting the community involved. I think one of the things that really makes us different from what was done before is that we are very interested in being a part of the community, being a resource for the community, and kind of engaging that community.
Now, is that working out real well?
I think it's working out really well. We have a number of both, obviously a ton of volunteers that do a great job helping us out from you name it. Help us obviously clean and feed the bonobos, but also, or prepare food, I should say, but also a lot of corporate groups, Anderson Erickson Dairy, Hy-Vee grocery stores provide us with basically all the food.
Hy-Vee, they get their produce from Hy-Vee.
Yeah, we do.
Which
they
is
give us tons of great produce, and the bonobos are really grateful, and so are we. And so just a number of organizations that are helping us out.
I feel as much as we've talked about them, and we love focusing on great local things that are happening, and this is a huge one. I feel like we always still kind of forget that this incredible facility
is down there,
is in our area.
Yeah.
So where exactly are you guys located?
So we're basically in on the southeast side of town. Really, you could ride your bike there, as it turns out, which is what the fundraiser is all about. And basically, we've got 5 bonobos, and as I said, there's about 75 bonobos in captivity in all of the United States, and we've got 5 of them. So that makes them really unique. Of course,
how's my buddy Kanzi doing?
I was going to say, the sort of really unique part is that we have the bonobo named Kanzi, and he's doing very, very well.
Good.
So he's, I guess he'll be 35 in October.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so he's.
Is there going to be a party?
I don't know. We haven't actually talked about it.
I think we need to have a party. And here's what Kanzi wants. He wants a blue ball.
Yeah.
That's what he wants.
And popsicles, right?
And popsicles.
Popsicles. They do like popsicles, especially as the weather gets warmer. We actually make our own popsicles, so they're pretty happy with when popsicles come out. But so the other bonobos are also doing well. We have little Tico, who's pushing 5 now, and
5 years old already. I remember when he was born.
Yeah. And he's quite a young, healthy bonobo. I think we weighed him in at 43 pounds the other day, so he's really getting up there. And then, of course, the 2 males that we have are Maisha and Inyota. Both are in their, Maisha's 14 and Inyota's just turned 17. And then Alikia, who's, I guess she's 17 as well, actually, still, and that's our only female.
Where are they native to, and why, among all the primates, did you guys choose to study bonobos?
So they're only found in the wild in one place in Central Africa, in the Democratic Republic of Congo. They're closely related to chimpanzees, which are more common but still endangered and are found in both east and west.
A lot of people confuse the two.
Yes. In fact, they weren't even really recognized as a separate species to the middle of the middle of the 1900s. So they are quite closely related, but they have some notable differences, and they're very closely related to humans, and that's one of the reasons that we're very interested in studying them. Yeah. I think last time I was here was probably about 1.5 years ago. We had just sort of getting started. One of the things I think we made a mention is that we're interested in expanding our colony. We've got 5 wonderful bonobos, super healthy, and I like to think super happy as well, but we are looking to expand that colony. We've got lots of space. Our building could probably at least hold twice that.
Now, the last time we talked, we were talking about having a structure put up where they can run around a little bit more on the outside. Hey, now, is that complete?
So we've actually built a prototype climbing structure, which actually there's a neat story associated with that because this was a very in-house kind of thing. So me, my co-director, Dr. Bill Hopkins, and a graduate student of mine, and then a volunteer, we all got together and went down to Home Depot and
which is where you go when you
need to build something.
Build something bonobo-wise.
So we built a wooden structure, climbing structure, because they have about 4.5 acres of outdoor space, which makes the facility really, really great for the bonobos because they get to be outside and explore that space. And we've been really using that really all summer long, I mean, all year long when the weather's warm enough, but really, almost on a daily basis since March. And the bonobos love it. So we built this structure, just a wooden kind of two-tiered structure. It's about maybe 12, 15 feet high. And so while we were inside, Kanzi has a lexigram symbol that stand for different words. Well, when he was young, back when he lived in Atlanta, they used to take him to different places in the forest that was on the property at that facility. And they had a location that was named Treehouse. And so while we were building this, Kanzi is of course watching, is very interested in what's going on, and he used the lexigram for Treehouse. And so we didn't know what to call it, but sure enough, Kanzi named it for us. We painted the lexigram on it and we call it Treehouse. So that's what we did. Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Does it make any sense to compare them to human intelligence? And if so, what age would you compare them to?
I think that it's probably really difficult to compare them to a particular age. Back in the early 90s, sort of one of the kind of last time Kanzi's comprehension of language was really experimentally, rigorously, scientifically evaluated, he was compared, I think, to a 2.5-year-old child, and he did about on par. Now you have to remember, that's in a very controlled environment. He only spoke novel sentences, really absurd things they thought he had never heard before, like, put the keys in the coffee cup or something like that. And he was about as good as a 2.5-year-old child. But if you think about it, as I said, Kanzi's about to be 35. I mean, he's got the emotional maturity, if you will, of a 35-year-old male bonobo. So that's not the same as a human child.
Sure.
So we don't really it's hard to make that comparison. I can tell you that they're very intelligent. I mean, that's one of the reasons that we're so interested in working with them, is just to try to figure out, obviously they don't have TV shows and don't wear and make clothes. And so it's those differences that we're really interested in figuring out, okay, well, what happened along our evolutionary history that made us who we are? And also trying to understand the same thing about them.
Well, we also want to hit that you have a very
sorry.
important. No, we can talk to you forever. No, it's fascinating.
Here's the
to hear
reason
about
you're here.
these
That's
guys.
right.
Yeah.
So
How can we give back? How can we help make this continue on to be as successful as it is?
Thank you so much for asking that, because that's what we're really trying to do with this event. So it's called Biking for Bonobos. We're starting at Confluence Brewing Company. We're riding out to our campus. It's 7.5 miles, completely family friendly. It's residential streets or it's bike paths. Once folks get there, we're going to have, I think we've got some music planned. We've got Javi is going to be selling, or I guess providing some grilled food and the opportunity to buy some more. And we're just going to hopefully have a good time. There will be an opportunity to look at the facility. Again,
I was just going to ask him, if you've never seen it, can you go check it out?
We're going to go inside. We'll have a brief tour, if you will.
Yeah.
Hopefully have an opportunity to observe the bonobos inside and outside, and maybe even get a sneak peek of the facilities that we hope to bring chimpanzees to, which are now currently vacant, but we hope won't be vacant for too long.
And this is this Saturday.
This is this Saturday. You can go to our website, which is apeinitiative.org, or you can go to our Facebook page, which is just facebook.com/ACCI Iowa.
That's right. Okay.
And you can register for it. I think registration, we've got some really cool water bottles and I think some removable Euro bumper stickers.
So how are we helping out? What does registration cost?
Registration is $50 for adults, it's $20 for kids, and that does include sort of a small grill, sort of something off the grill when we have that part of the program starting.
That is great.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but it's a great facility. Now, you said you want to be more community oriented, which you guys are, which is amazing. Now, can people organize things to come down and see what you guys have?
So we've spent a lot of time trying to build up our educational component and our educational curriculum. So we've been working with schools. We had a school group out actually yesterday. We've been working closely with universities and schools. So if you're an educator in some way, shape, or form, email us. And go to our website and you can email us. We're getting ready to schedule that. We're keeping the sort of strictly public things to events like this.
Right.
For now, we're hoping to do a more regular open house as in the warmer months especially. It's just a matter of getting our program. We want to be real thoughtful about how we do that. We've also been talking pretty seriously with Boy Scouts and other groups in the local area to try and get those kinds of educational opportunities, because we've got a 230-acre campus with at least one nesting pair of bald eagles and all sorts of other wildlife, and we're just trying to kind of let everyone, have everyone enjoy that wonderful piece of
and
property.
realize it's there.
Yeah.
People need to realize that this
exactly.
facility is there.
Exactly.
Well, great. Well, Doc, good to
There
see
you
you,
go.
man.
Thanks
for
so much.
coming out
Appreciate you guys having me.
Apeinitiative.org. More
You gotta
details.
come back out more often.
All right,
man.
definitely.
All right, it's 9:42 right now. Again, Biking for Bonobos happening this Saturday. Go get some more information.